Hey guys, what's up? It's Justine and today we are back with another kind of funny, I hope it's gonna be funny, video. This video idea was actually given to me by one of you guys and I just fell in love with it. I was like, that is so perfect. So today we're gonna be critiquing one of my favorite shows ever, which is Grey's Anatomy. Girl, I love that show. Like, I've watched all the seasons. Well, actually that's why I stopped when Christina left because that was just like, broke my heart. But I've watched up to there so many times. I know like everything by heart, especially the first episode. The first episode is my all-time favorite. I praise it. It's so well done. Love it. So today we're gonna be talking about everything wrong with Grey's Anatomy because let's face it, they get everything right, but they also get a few things wrong. I'm talking about the nurses. Nurses, you don't see them anywhere. They're never there. It's always the surgeon. So anyway, I'm gonna start babbling, but I actually like have a few points that I want to go through, things that I found. So let's get started. The first thing, and I remember seeing this when I was watching the show. There was this one point where three surgeons, not one, three surgeons were ambulating a patient, as if they even cared about their patients ambulating. Okay, maybe they do, but like to go as far as three surgeons helping a patient walk, girl, no, that does not happen. I don't work on a surgical floor, but I'm 99.9% sure that surgeons never ever walk with their patients. Like, that's just no. Okay, next is, I think, yes, this was in the first episode where George puts in an IV and then he can't get it and then Burke has to go in and put in an IV. As if a world-class surgeon would put in an IV. I'm sorry, most doctors don't know how to put in IVs. They'd never put in an IV and they won't volunteer to put on an IV. So for George, a surgical intern, to be putting in an IV and then Burke to be like, here, I got this. Like, I'm sorry, but that does not happen. They would never waste their time with that. He's a world-class surgeon, for God's sake. He's got so much more to do than to put in a freaking IV. And also, another thing, the IV would have been put in an emerge. It wouldn't have been put in like pre-op. It would have been put in an emerge when the patient came. And even if he came for a scheduled procedure, it would have been put in pre-op by the nurse, right? Surgical nurses, right? That's how it works. I don't know. Anyways, the next thing kind of has to go with that. It's the interns taking bloods and bringing them physically to the lab. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. Even nurses don't physically bring, well, at least where I work, even nurses don't physically bring blood to the lab unless it's a specific situation, if it's in the middle of the night, if the PBs are unavailable, if the porters are unavailable, whatever. But most of the time, no. No, a surgical, they don't even know where the lab is. Like, no, that's so unrealistic. And so next is how in the show, the surgeons are always involved in codes. First of all, no. They'll be involved in the code, like say if there's a code, the surgeon on call or whoever's there will go, but then as soon as the ICU team gets there, they kind of back out and ICU takes over. There's never three surgeons. Surgeons, they wouldn't do chest compressions. They don't have time for that. Like, that's the nurses, the PBs. Okay, maybe if it's a night shift, the person on call. But even then, I don't even think they're... See, I'm not a surgical nurse, so I don't know, but I don't even think that there's a surgeon on the unit at night, right? Kira, you're gonna correct me. They're at home, you have to page them. Like, there's gonna be like a surgical resident. He's not on the unit, and he's definitely not staff. He's definitely not an attending. So that's also hilarious how they're always like involved in codes and stuff like that. And I'm just like, no, that is not realistic. Except when it's on Meredith Grey, then it's okay. I accept it. Okay, next is how there is so much drama in this show. Like, that's not the real world. In the real world, you go to work, you do your day of work, and you go home. Like, you don't mingle with everyone. You don't, like, there's so much, like, love and sex and airplane crashes and, like, so much shit going on that doesn't happen in real life. Like, no. Just no. Like, no, not even like with nurses. And I'm sorry, nurses don't have sex with doctors. Like, that's not a thing. Like, Alex going and like impregnating everyone, like, that is not a thing. That does not happen. The thing they did get wrong is there's such a negative portrayal of nurses. Like, I don't know if you guys remember in that first episode when Alex misdiagnosed the patient. I think he thought that she had pneumonia, and then the nurse is like, no, the antibiotics aren't working, and then Meredith is like, you know, she could have a PE or something, and then he's like, well, that's why I hate nurses. And she's like, did you just call me a nurse? As if it was an insult. Okay, I get it, you're a surgeon, you don't want to be seen as a nurse, but like, just don't insult our profession, please. We're not your assistant. Like, just stop right there. After all those negatives, I have to say I still love the show. They did get a few things wrong, and it's fun when you can actually understand the medical language and like terminology and see that what they're like saying is kind of wrong. But anyway, I love that show. I hope you guys enjoy it too. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. And don't forget to let me know what else is wrong with Grey's Anatomy down below, and check the links down below as always.